I think we did like 4 or 5 rounds, and our top spot was like 19th, and that was like team spots, so really quite bad. Yeah, so we need to get better at that, but it was quite nice because obviously Holly and I haven't really seen each other for quite a while, so it's nice to catch up and do stuff like that. But yeah, might be doing this little influencer thing, could be exciting. Can you only listen on Spotify? Yes, you can only listen on Spotify. So fortunately, again, Spotify is free, so you can download Spotify for free. You will get ads. There's not loads of ads, so don't worry. And I think, yeah, per podcast there's only like 2, if I'm not mistaken. I do have Spotify, so I actually don't know how many ads go where, because if you do pay for Spotify monthly, no ads. You just get to listen to everything straight away, kind of thing. But you guys can all listen to the podcast completely free. It's not going to cost you anything, I promise. It depends whether you have Spotify or don't. You will or won't get ads, essentially. But yeah, no, definitely worth giving it a go, even if you don't have Spotify. You just said there's no ads on podcasts, but I actually had a discussion with our team the other day. Thank you so much, McDonald, and I'm Lucy. I did have a discussion with the team the other day, and there is actually a specific spot where the ad goes. So I think there is ads. But if you pay, basically, if you pay for Spotify, if you pay for the monthly subscription, you don't get any ads. But I mean, if you use it, I mean, if you're using it for free and you don't get any ads, like, that's even more incentive to go and use it for free. Because, like, come on, guys. But yeah, no, you don't have to pay for Spotify if you don't want to. If you've got like an Amazon or iTunes subscription, you don't then have to pay for Spotify as well. React to your old YouTube. That'd be a great YouTube video. We do need to film a few more, but it has been quite hard because we've been quite busy. Yeah, there's not much more I can really say about that, to be fair. That's it. We just need to film a few more videos. So if you guys give us some ideas. I listened to like 5 episodes in a row without any ads. There you go. Wow, you listen to an hour's worth of content. So yeah, for you guys, yeah, 5 episodes of the podcast will only take you like less than an hour. It'll be like 55 minutes for 5 episodes. And I mean, I don't expect anyone really to go through 5 episodes in one go. But if you've got that spare time, like, and they actually is quite nice as well, because we do link them up. Like, they're not just sort of random every time. There are parts of the podcast that do sort of link, so it's quite pleasing to sort of listen to a lot in a row. Like, if you guys haven't listened to any, you could like wait ages and then listen to loads in one go, because it is sort of like watching a series but listening. Because yeah, we, as I just mentioned, we link quite a few things up. There's stuff that sort of follows through, and we have guests sort of in multiple episodes. Get Young Blood on. Yeah, there was that. Yeah, I think we were meant to, and I won't say anything more about that, but hopefully at some point. But he was interested in coming on, but that's up to him and his team, essentially. But they did want to at one point, but you know, I'll keep my mouth shut about that just in case it doesn't happen. Oh, I've just seen Why Didn't You Watch Julie and the Phantoms? So, love Owen. I think the series looks great. It's just not something I'd watch. And I had the same thing, exact same thing with the song Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. It's just not something I'd listen to. Like that, it is literally it. Sometimes things just don't get you hooked. I'm more of a sort of Peaky Blinders kind of guy. I like animation as well. but unfortunately the sort of the High School Musical, the series thing, the Julie and the Phantoms, those programs don't quite hook me in anymore. So I do apologise, and I do wish it did for your guys' sake, because obviously it'd be nice to talk about. Thank you, and I'm Lucy. But yeah, unfortunately, it just doesn't hook me, guys. Sorry. What's my favourite Supreme item I own? I mean, I have to say the Mortal Kombat machine, don't I? It's the most outrageous thing I own. And I don't think I'm ever going to do anything that stupid again. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Because I think I told you guys how much I paid for it. I paid 718, which was the retail price. And it really set me back. And then it actually does resell now for 1,400. So stonks, am I right? But yeah, no, it's just mental. I can't remember. Yeah, no, we haven't even released it right. So what's really annoying, and I do want to apologise, we made a YouTube video on it, and half the footage got lost. So, and then, and what happened, we actually would have refilmed, but when we filmed that video, that was like the week before this lockdown started. Thank you so much. Hello, I'm Big Boy Beth. So yeah, that was literally the week before this lockdown started. So we were like, crap. Dobby and Tom can't come around to film it. We were planning on doing like this sort of tournament thing. Thank you, Harvey Smells Like Beef. Random. Yeah, we were planning on doing this tournament thing as well with the machine as another video. Like, so we were going to make 2 videos out of it. And we actually ended up losing pretty much all of the footage for that first video that we filmed. So we then decided that we'd just take that first half of footage that we have and combine it with the tournament of like playing the game. But we can't play the game at the moment because we can't have Dobby and Tom. Obviously, Dobby's been able to work on the podcast with us because that is essential work, and we've signed contracts for that to be able to happen, which is very fortunate. And then we've sort of been doing a few photo shoots because, again, we are able to do that from like social distance. Thank you so much, Sean366. But yeah, no, we just don't want to risk sort of all of us getting together and shooting YouTube videos, because again, it'd be unfair on you guys, because we don't want to be taking the piss basically on like all this, because we're not, don't worry, we're not breaking any rules. Like, we actually have slips that we can show and be like, look, we've got essential filming to do, but even then we don't want to just start doing that. Thank you, Izzy Hedgecox and Sean. But yeah, it's just it's hard. It's definitely hard doing YouTube videos without those guys. But a lot of YouTubers are actually making points of traveling to different countries for their YouTube. Like, they're doing that type of essential filming there, and I mean, I think it's a little bit mental, but at the end of the day, if they don't make videos like that, they aren't going to make an income for them to be able to live. So it does sort of fall under that category. It's a really sort of loopholey thing in the industry that we're in, and it's hard for the government to put restrictions on that because, you know. Thank you, Ellen May. Yeah, so I've just seen, so hang on, what was that? Where was that? A YouTuber flew out to Mexico because she said she works too hard, so she flew out. Yeah, that's not okay. That is not okay. If you're treating yourself because you work so hard on YouTube, no, absolutely not. Like, that is not a reason for you to give yourself a holiday. We're in a global pandemic. Like, if there's anyone that needs to be cancelled in this world at the moment, it's someone like that, because that is absolutely not okay. What Harvey and I are doing is completely and utterly only for your guys' viewing, and for actually I wouldn't normally say this, I wouldn't flex like this, but it is the nation's viewing because of CBBC. Like, the whole country does watch CBBC. Obviously, not all 60 million people, but like, it does go across enough people for it to be essential. It's just mental, the fact that people are going, oh yeah, I've worked so hard, I'm going to give myself a holiday. Harvey and I have worked so hard, we're just going to keep working. We're not going to give ourselves a holiday. We're in a pandemic. Even if we weren't in a pandemic, we don't give ourselves holidays. But that's just us. Like, obviously, people are free to take as many holidays as they want out of a pandemic. But yeah, I think that's just mental and completely selfish of that person, because there's so many people struggling at home with things like mental health and disabilities, and not being able to go outside even for like exercise and walks, which you are allowed to do. And for them to then go on social media and see this sort of glamorous model or whatever in Mexico because they feel like it, it's just like, I'm going to say it, who do you think you are? You're not above anyone. You're on social media. Like, if you were the queen, yeah, maybe that's a bit different because you're the queen of a bloody country. You're not even Kim Kardashian. Like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, I think people really do need a kick in the teeth. That's really aggressive, but people really do, because it's just mad how as soon as people sort of gain followers and gain a bit more attention, they think they're better than everyone else. And that's always what I've hated, is people that think they're above everyone else. It's just not on. It's not on at all. But yeah, that's my piece. I've said it. Don't you worry, me and Harvey aren't going to be going on any unnecessary holidays inside the pandemic. So you can rely on us to keep making wholesome and legal content, essentially. And yeah, again, that you guys, I've just seen a comment that mentioned, yeah, all the American influencers. That is the thing, is because their restrictions aren't as tight in the US. Those guys in all the different like creator houses, I'm not. This is not me dissing them, because again, this is their own loopholes. They're actually able to do this if they're staying in the country. Like, they're doing what they can, and it is unfair on the people in the UK because we can't do that kind of stuff. We can't just make a content house and say, well, yeah, we've been quarantining, so it's fine. We can't do that, and it is what's making us. And we can't go to events. We can't like do different brand deals with like big companies like they've got in the US, which is what did definitely help Harvey and my social media. And it is a bit of a struggle. And a bit tough for us to sort of watch all these people doing these kind of things, because they're growing so much from it and doing so well, and we're kind of like, well, if we could do that, maybe we'd be able to do that. But then I think to myself, no, don't compare yourself to these people. Focus on yourself. That's just a personal thing I have. But yeah, if those American influencers are going to different countries, then they're out of order. Then I think that's where they need to be told off and life checked, essentially, because they're not above other people. Just because they do a dance on TikTok or put a bikini on and get a load of simps loving them, that doesn't mean they can go to the Bahamas. No targeting there. We did actually cover that on the podcast, so if you do want to sort of see that conversation with a few more people, because we speak with about sort of 4 people always, and then we have a 5th guest usually, so it's me, Harvey, Helena and Dobby that speak on the podcast. And then if we don't normally talk about like beef and stuff and like controversial stuff with guests, because we try and keep it about the guests. I mean, sometimes the guests have their own controversial things, so we will bring that up, but yeah, when we talk about all the iffy stuff between the 4 of us, so it is very interesting. It is very cool, and I do enjoy doing it. Thank you. Hello, I'm Big Boy Beth. My voice is dead. I sound like that Twiglet in SpongeBob, like, you want some chocolate? No. They don't. She doesn't offer the chocolate. SpongeBob offers her the chocolate. What are they selling? Chocolate. That's what she says. Thank you so much. Hello, I'm Big Boy Beth. I miss SpongeBob. Yeah, Dobby time. I don't know. Wait, has that been added in yet? because that's mad if you know that about that, if you know about that already and that's not been added in yet. But I think that has been in an episode. So there's a new sort of segment called Dobby Time, and we literally just bully Dobby. It's so funny. It's literally 30 seconds of bullying Dobby. It's like possibly my favourite segment, honestly. It's great. Thank you, Beth, as well. But yeah, no, there's so many different segments. Glasses, bloody hell. Thank you, Charlotte Cook. They scare me every time because I just don't know I can't control that. But yeah, no, it's ridiculous that we've just come up with a segment to bully Dobby. Beth, how are you gifting twice? How does that work? What? And they're both going up. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, thank you, Kelsey Knox. It's so funny. Who's on the podcast tomorrow? Oh. Hang on. If I look at which ones have come out, I'll be able to tell you. Because we film them in bulk, it's really confusing to be able to actually tell which ones are in what order. So we do, because we film about 4 podcasts at a time. So let me just have a look. I'm actually looking on Spotify right now. You guys can as well if you want. Because, you know, it's always even good for it to be typed into the search bar. It just gets a bit of hype on the podcast. And then possibly shows up in more people's sort of feeds. Okay, so we just had Henry on. And yeah, by the way, I just seen it. If people are asking about merch, I'm pretty sure merch is on the score. On the store. 420, nice. We had 420 people on the live. So yeah, someone's just said, I believe it's Olivia and Evie. I think you're right. That's what I was about to say, is I'm pretty sure it's Olivia and Evie, who are really, really cool. And I'm jealous of how cool they are, like fashionistas, sort of glamour influencers. They've got some really cool posts and content on all of their stuff, like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And yeah, we just basically had quite an interesting chat with them because we filmed something with them years ago when they worked for Disney, and technically we did as well, actually. And we sort of haven't really connected since then. So it was quite an interesting conversation. We did get quite deep as well. Obviously, I actually, by the way, guys, I don't get to listen to the podcast until you do. Like, you guys hear them before I do. Obviously, I've spoken on them. But so I don't know what's been included. I'm really... So Chloe, one of the people on the team, mentioned to me, because I was sort of like... I mentioned to them that a few of the podcasts felt like they were quite choppy and cutting off too soon. I wanted to extend them a little bit longer, and I've just looked, because I haven't been able to catch up on the podcast, unfortunately. I've got to Evie's episode, and I didn't get to listen to all of the ones after Evie's, but it's okay because I was there. I know what happened. But yeah, I don't actually know which bits get cut down and which bits are included, but we did talk about some very deep stuff in the Olivia and Evie episode. Hopefully that stuff got in. Thank you, Desiree, and hello, I'm Big Boy Beth. But yeah, no, it's just really sick that we get to do stuff like this. And thank you guys for constantly supporting us as well. It does genuinely mean a lot that we can keep doing this. If you are new here and don't know who I am, hi, I'm Max, or hello, I'm Max if I'm being topical for my username. We've got a TV show that you can watch. It's called FOMO. And we've also got a podcast on Spotify. And music on Spotify as well, if you want to give it a little listen. If you don't care, good on you. Like, you've got your own opinion, you can do what you want. If you reckon it's worth it. We do put quite a lot of energy. Obviously, on live streams, I sort of tone it down a little bit. I don't start shouting at people, but in all our media stuff, there's quite a lot of energy that goes into it. So if you do want to give it a little go, see if you like it, great. We've got some new listeners, and we're happy to welcome you into the sort of Max and Harvey universe. And if you don't care, I'll still love you. I'll still make sure you get that good loving. But also streaming the music means a lot as well. gives us sort of a real confidence boost to make more and make better music, essentially. And yeah, actually someone just said your hoodie's cute. I don't know if you actually know this is our merch. If you do like the look of this, it's got a massive flower on the back. There's we've got a store. It's like maxandharveystore.co.uk, I think. And there's some nice affordable merch on there that's very good quality, I promise. I honestly, in lockdown, have been wearing our merch every day. Like, it's mad. It's the comfiest clothing I own. I'm not joking. Like, for comfort, this is the move. Like, this merch, genuinely. But yeah, sorry for everyone that does know me. That was just, I never really do that, actually, and I think I should do that more. That was my plug to people who don't know me, who are on this live, because I know this sort of goes into the For You page and trickles into the odd person that joins the live. But yeah, apologies for all the fans that are watching that do know me. Hopefully that didn't cringe you out too much. But yeah, it's always the guys that are fans will let you know in the comments. I'm sure they'll tell you now. It's always a vibe over here. It's always a good time. We just tend to shout at people usually, and think we're comedians. Oh, people are saying you forgot to promote the tour. Yeah, we have got a tour in August if you're in the UK. Obviously, if COVID sort of stretches too far, we will have to move that tour, but it's not the end of the world, because I don't think anyone's got too many plans at the moment. But obviously everyone that has bought tickets to the tour, which we're very grateful for, that you're taking that risk. It's not a massive risk, don't worry, because if anything did go wrong, you'd get all the money back, or we just move your tickets to another date. So don't even stress, guys. Don't even stress. There is literally nothing to worry about. You are in some of the most trustworthy hands, and it really does help. Like, you guys don't know this about our tours, so we got really lucky from early on that such a massive touring company that is Live Nation like wanted to work with us, because a lot of people do tours with really, like, a lot of people that are sort of on our social media level do tours with really dodgy companies, and it's so scary for people's fan bases when they just don't know what's happening, and if like stuff gets cancelled or stuff gets moved and they don't know if they're going to get refunds. It's just really dodgy, and I wouldn't want anyone to feel like that, because I do know how it feels. Like, I've had things where you don't know whether you're going to get what you paid for or whatever. But Live Nation always treat everyone really well. They always organise everything really well. They have a really good sort of selling system. What I would so this is the only reason it would ever become sort of a bit iffy, is if you buy it through a second-hand site. I would not advise doing that. Like, I think there's like Ticketmaster or whatever, but so that might even be the one that I'm gonna go on to our store right now, and I will tell you, and I'm sure you guys already know this because you've bought tickets to the tour before, but whichever link is through our actual store, our actual website, is the link you should use. That is where you should get your tickets from, because if you use that link and you use that company, you're in absolutely safe hands and literally nothing can go wrong. So yeah, from Live Nation, essentially. Whereas there are companies that buy tickets from that store and then sell them on their own store. Starts to get a little bit dodgier. Those companies should have their own sort of system of like being able to refund you, because they'll be refunded by us for buying the tickets, and then they should have to refund you. It just might take a little bit longer, essentially. But yeah. So let me just have a look. All right, so I'm gonna go for. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, this is not a phase tour. Tickets. So I've clicked on tickets. and it has taken me to... Okay, so it's taken me to Ticketmaster. Yeah, so it seems to be Ticketmaster that is the good one. Right? It should be. It should be, yeah. No, I mean, because I've clicked on it through our website, so... And I love that, because when you buy like tickets to musical theatre or whatever, you get loads of different like options for seats and stuff, and like where's the best sort of seating. This is just one big square of where everyone stands, and it's like same price, everyone stands in the same spot. It's just dependent on when you get there. What am I trying to buy for? I'm trying to buy for Sheffield. Yeah, I'd love to go to the tour on Sheffield. I've never seen Max and Harvey live before. To be fair, I've heard it's a bit naff, but, you know, might as well give it a go. Could be alright. And now what I'll do differently is I'm going to type in Max and Harvey tour tickets. And we'll see what comes up. Because, yeah, here we go. So there's Viagogo, Ticketmaster, which also comes up. Then there's our site. Then there's Live Nation. Live Nation completely trustworthy because they're the direct sellers of the tickets. Then there's Songkick, Bands in Town, Ents24, Stereo Board, another Stereo Board one, StubHub. The hell is that? That's incredible. So there's loads of different sites that you can get tickets off of. So if you use any of those ones that aren't, I guess, Ticketmaster, our website, or Live Nation, that's where it gets a bit different because it's not directly through us. What the hell? Oh, so they're literally selling tickets to like all of our events, essentially. They're even selling tickets to like Camp Festival. Yeah, I've never really looked at stuff like this before. That's kind of weird. That's so funny that Emily is in that picture. Oh, and so is Ethan. They use on a website. That's funny. And there's Ticketmaster. Yeah, Ticketmaster. They're using our press photo, so I'm sure that's trustworthy as well. And then there's actual Live Nation, which you cannot go wrong because we actually directly work with Live Nation. Like, they are the ones that fund like everything, and they're so great. Like, honestly, love Live Nation so much. Like, there's pretty much not a better touring company in the UK, I don't think. Like, and if there is, it's on the same level as Live Nation, because Live Nation does like Shawn Mendes, like literally everyone, like what's their names? Take That, Cliff Richard, Craig David, Becky Hill. Let's see who else they've got on their concerts. Jason Manford, which is comedy. That's completely different. Yeah, they're not going to really have many massive ones coming up because there's no... Here we go. Guns N' Roses. They're doing the JLS one. They're doing McFly, Stormzy, Ricky Gervais, Mo Gilligan, Pussycat Dolls, The Weeknd. See, they're doing the Weeknd's one. Like, Live Nation are huge. They're so unbelievably trustworthy. Like, you wouldn't... They're not a dodgy site at all. So that's why it's really not a risk getting the tickets to our tour if you do really want to go and you're sort of like questioning it. It's going to happen eventually. We're never going to not do it. It just might be pushed to a later date. So we wanted to take that risk because we wanted to give people something to look forward to. Because it is a big risk at the end of the day. It might get moved, but it's just, that's life, you know. So, and then, yeah, someone just asked, will hugs be allowed? We'll have to see what is able... I think we explained this to a few people in Manchester, actually. We'll have to see what's able to be done, and what's the safest thing, the safest way to do meet and greets. Because there are meet and greets, but it's just... it's rough, man. It's really rough. But, you know, we'll figure it out. I love this chair, honestly. It's so great. I don't think I actually even told... Or maybe I did. Maybe I put it on my story. Can't remember. I bought a chair off of Amazon. Not this one. And it was actually one that went all the way back. But when I did it, and it was fine. Brought it back up, fine. And we were recording a song at the time. Harvey came in to record the song, sat in the chair, started playing around with it, and had lodged it into a place that it wasn't meant to be in. So I was like, what the hell have you done? He was like, oh, I won't go back up. I was like, you've clearly done something there. And he was like, no, I've done nothing. And then I kept trying to fix it, pulled it back up. It seemed okay. And then when I tried checking it to go back down, the whole back snapped off. So, like, it was beyond saving. So, like, Harvey had broken it where it probably sort of could have been saved, but he'd pretty much broken it. And then when I checked it to, like, see if it was fixed, the whole thing just snapped off. And I was like, how has this even happened? Fortunately, got a refund, you know. Kept the seat as well. So I was like to Leo, if you just buy that part that snapped, you could probably have a free chair, mate. So got a free chair, got a refund, got a new chair for pretty much the same price, but it's just a more trustworthy chair. And much better, very comfy. I'm happy with my purchase. And this is a good purchase, Max. Not a Mortal Kombat machine. But we live and we learn. You dumb dummy. Yeah, just for anyone else that's new, I bought a Mortal Kombat machine. Supreme. And still don't regret it, but probably should. Thank you, Desiree. That's it. I think I'm done. I've been live streaming for quite a while, to be fair. Just mainly having chats with the lads. You guys are the lads, by the way. The boys. Obviously, you're also whatever you identify as, because it's 2021. But to me, you're the boys. Lads chats. And I use boys very openly. Like, as in, don't worry, I'm not calling you boys. Just wanted to make that clear. Just wanted to clarify. Yeah, I think a lot of the fans especially are happy being the boys. Like, come on, it's okay. Some people aren't, which is okay. It's alright. You don't have to be one of the boys, but like it's a super secret club that you gotta be a boy to. Well, as in, I'm really digging a hole here. You don't have to be a boy to be in the club, but you gotta be a boy, like, to be like. This is where I'm gonna end the live stream because I'm tired and I'm gonna end up saying something stupid. So, hashtag let's not get Max cancelled. This is where we say goodnight. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. Yeah, some people are just saying, Max, just shut up. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, have a great week because it's Monday. Keep thinking positively. Keep your rooms tidy. Eat good. Sleep good. I'm really not an advocate for sleeping good at the moment, but make sure you guys are sleeping good. And you'll all be happy, and just think positively. Think about how many cool things you're going to do when we get out of lockdown. Just look forward to it rather than look back and in the present of how bad it is, because you know we're all suffering, some more than others, and it will eventually be okay. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, have a great evening and week. I will probably see you soon. I'll try and live stream as much